I would just like to thank my brother who's back home in England, delivering groceries to everyone who needs them, and I just miss him and my family and hope everyone's staying safe.
And I would like to personally thank my godfather David, who is a family physician and is making sure all the families are staying safe through this hard time. Wishing everyone well.
I'd like to thank all the frontline workers during this time of need.
I'd just like to say a special thanks to my mother, who is a registered nurse working on the front lines over in Saskatchewan, as well as all of my peers working at Claxton Hepburn, working on the front lines as essential healthcare workers. So thank you.
And I would like to thank Jory Gotham, a physician's assistant who works at Thomas Memorial Hospital.
I'd like to thank my dad, who flies air ambulance, and also to all my professors who have worked very hard and put in countless hours to make sure that we still get the education we deserve on an online platform.
I'd like to thank all essential workers, specifically Kevin O'Connell, a sheriff in St. Lawrence County.
I'd like to thank all the doctors and nurses for keeping us safe and healthy during these tough times and risking their own lives for it.
I'd like to thank all the nurses, doctors, LPNs, and PSWs who have been working the front lines to fight the coronavirus pandemic. I'd also like to give a shout out to my mom, who's been working with the geriatric population, and all the volunteers and other essential workers.
I would like to thank all the essential workers for their dedication and strength during those times. More specifically, Cody Wilson, who is a police officer at the Messina PD.
I would like to thank Brian Parigi, who works for the Newark Police Department.
I'd like to thank my cousin Bridget and all the nurses and doctors at CPH Hospital for doing all they can during this time of need.
So I'd like to thank my dad, Joe Best, and everyone else who continues to deliver for Canada Post.
I would like to thank Jessica Herkis, my cousin, who's a nurse.
I'd like to thank my grandmother for making surgical masks for healthcare workers.
I'd like to thank Nate Hare, who works for Monroe County EMT, just for helping and saving lives during this crisis.
And I would like to thank all the essential workers and my aunt, who is a police officer, and my uncle is part of the Army, for all the devoted efforts during this tough time. Let's make sure we stay safe.
I would like to thank my dad and the rest of the essential truck drivers out there for doing everything they can to get the groceries delivered to the stores.
First off, thank you to everybody that's been mentioned in this video and the millions of people we don't have the chance to mention. You're all true heroes and inspirations to us all. I do want to thank my mom, and she is a United Helpers worker, and she is on the front lines right now, and she's a true inspiration to me and my real life superhero. And I want to lastly thank Alyssa Hine. She's a member of our women's hockey family and a registered nurse at Claxton Hepburn in Augsburg. And again, she's just a true inspiration and a hero to every part of our women's hockey family. Thank you. I hope everyone stays safe and stays healthy.